All right, we just got out of work. Had to sneak over next door and get some nice tequila for a little friends gathering tonight. We're gonna go with this nice Blanco. I've been wanting to get this for a while, and I didn't want to like spend like $50 on a whole bottle of this one, but then I found this half size for 60% of the price. Not bad. So nice, additive free, actually from Jalisco, 100% blue agave. Hopefully the friends are gonna like it. Hopefully I like it too. Let's go. Okay, we just made it home from work, and we got the tequila on lock. I got all the friends coming soon, but let's unbox it now that we're not in public and I can socially acceptable way show you guys the tequila. Also, what do you think about the camera quality? The first one I filmed with my phone with the Moment app, and then this one we're on the DJI Action 4, which I just bought and got last night. But man, look at that tequila. Should we do a quick taste test? I feel like we should let's do a quick taste test. Okay, we got ourselves the nice tequila and one of my fancy little rocks glass and see how this tastes. Let's see. Ooh. Smells super agave and sweet. Not super like burn your nose alcohol, which means this is probably gonna be easier to drink, but let's try it out. Just a little bit, because I haven't eaten dinner and I literally, as you can see, am still in my work uniform right here. Also, comment down below if you can guess what I do for a living. All right, let's taste it. Lalo, Blanco. Okay, I'm not a tequila expert, nor do I drink a bunch. So this just tastes like tequila to me. It is smooth and it is relatively sweet for tequila. It doesn't burn, and to think I haven't eaten anything. It's not super sweet. It's kind of minerally, but pretty good tequila. Would I get it again? It's kind of expensive, and there's not a lot of taste to it. Like, let me show you my other tequila. Okay, so I promise I don't drink a lot, and this is not a tequila video, but I have these other two tequilas. So this one is Cimarron, this is a Reposado, but this one is kind of almost like spicy. This is like a kind of like a spicy tasting tequila, and this one is Hey Cuatro. This one's really expensive, and this one's super tasty. So anyway, I think someone's breaking into the house right now. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What you got there? Oh, you brought enough Chipotle for everybody.
Is this for one?
Alright guys, it's official. We finally added another stock to the 2X Club. If you guys saw my video from a few days ago, I made a video about all the stocks that I've doubled my money on, which is pretty much every stock in the history of my stock investing career, which is about the last 5 years that have 2x'd my money, meaning plus 100% or more. So go see that if you don't know what stocks I've doubled my money on. But we added another stock to the 2X Club officially, and that's SOFI. So if you look at here, I got my SOFI up to 109.78% in this account, and then I got 111% in this account. The other account's a little bit low, it's still at 91%, but that's because I was buying in that account a little bit later on. Now, I think I added SOFI in that previous video when I said, oh, like I doubled my money. That's because SOFI peaked out a little bit higher in the past. Let me see how high it's gotten. It was previously 1792. And when that happened, I was up like 150% from my cost basis at that point. But then it quickly tanked back down to, let's see, got as low as 986 in that April lows when the tariffs came out. And so it left the 2X Club and now it re-entered the 2X Club. So really interesting stuff about SOFI. I feel like the general market is just getting the gist on SOFI. To me, SOFI is almost like a blue chip stock, right? With really, really good growth because they have the SOFI Stadium, like it's like a basketball stadium. And so like for a company to have a stadium, I mean, have you ever heard of a small company have a stadium? Like there's Mercedes-Benz Stadium and and the Oracle Center, Staples Center. So these are all big companies. So for you to be able to afford a multi-billion-dollar stadium, you're probably a stable and big company. In terms of SoFi, they're a small bank with a little bit of like fintech that's incorporated into their business model. But right now they are quarter after quarter rapidly growing their member basis. Members is what they call the people who use their bank. And the cool thing about SoFi is that it's a younger bank, but they don't have any brick and mortar stores. So essentially, they don't have a lot of overhead, not like Wells Fargo or Bank of America do, because they have to pay for all the brick and mortar franchises and branches of the bank. And so all SoFi really spends money on is R&D as well as like advertising. I'm sure you guys have seen SoFi ads in your Instagram feed, Facebook feed, especially if you're younger. SoFi loves to target the younger audience. And the cool stuff that's happening with SoFi soon, I talked about this in the 2x stock video, but I'll talk about it here now because I haven't heard anyone talk about this yet. So interest rates are pretty much set to go down in 2025, right? Inflation's been fixed. There's no reason for interest rates to be as high as they are. So more than likely, with all the pressure that's being added onto the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell, especially by the president, it's probably going to lower the interest rates. What does that mean? Borrowing money across the board is going to be cheaper, including all loans, right? Mortgage loans, housing loans, and student loans. Now, here's why I say student loans, especially for SoFi. SoFi is kind of made their niche to refinance student loans or offer student loans. The big thing is a lot of people, including myself, took out loans when they were going to school back in the 2022, 2023 era when money was like 6, 7, 8% to borrow. Like me personally, I have some student loans that are 6.5 and 7.5% interest rates. Now, when that goes down to 4, 5, maybe even 3, who knows? A lot of people are going to refinance those loans, especially the student loans. I mean, students are broke, especially if you're still a student or you just got out and just starting your career. And who's the one that's advertising to all these younger people? SoFi. Who's the one that's adding all of these new members, especially members who are young? SoFi. Who's the one that's advertising, hey, we refinance student loans? SoFi. So when people get the idea of like, hey, these interest rates are getting pretty low, my student loans are really high, and I think I could save a good amount of money if I refinance these student loans to 3% from 7%. What's the first company that they're going to think of? SoFi. Now, SoFi is one of the bigger companies, and there's going to be other companies online that when they Google, hey, you can refinance your student loans with us with a lower rate than SoFi or all these other big banks. Yes, those are around. But here's the thing. A lot of these online banks that refinance student loans are probably not going to be trustworthy, at least in the perception of the general person who's going to be Googling this. Typical students aren't well versed in knowing the loan terms or how refinances work. What they're just going to look for is a trusted brand name that they know about. And what's probably the one that they're going to see? It's not going to be all these like random finance things on Google. They're going to trust SoFi because that's the ads that they see. That's the stadium that they've heard about. So I think SoFi is set for really, really big growth for 2025 in terms of adding members. So they have regular recurring revenue with the customers that they're adding to their basis. So new income with they're going to have the existing basis of users right now, members of the bank. So that's recurring revenue. And then they're going to have a whole new growth cycle in terms of when people refinance loans or take out more loans this year. So SoFi, I believe, has a lot of growth potential. Today, June 19th, it is $15.36. I'm up over 100% on this stock. Hey, this isn't financial advice. This is just what I think is going to happen with SoFi. This is just what I think SoFi will do in the upcoming weeks, months, and even years. I think they are going to be a huge bank in the future. I don't think it's going to rival Wells Fargo or Chase or anything like that, but I think they sit in a niche market that caters to the younger generation, the student generation, and more the online generation. Since they're not brick and mortar, they're only they're only online. And so in that sense, you know, they have their place in the market. They're going to continue to grow. They're going to take advantage of this improved interest rate economy in the near future. So I think SOFI is a really, really good opportunity for anyone to invest in. I'm not saying you should. Take my word with a grain of salt, right? Do your due diligence. Look at the numbers and the quarterly reports and the earnings reports of the company. See what their plans are. Listen to conference calls. But I think when you do so, I think you'll find out that you'll think it's also a pretty good opportunity moving forward. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching the video. Here's a little SOFI stock chart for you to exit on, for you can see 1536 on June 19th. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the SOFI position. I've been building this thing over the span of, I believe, a year and a half, and I'm up to 16,000 bucks on my position with SOFI. And I think that 16 has a pretty good chance of becoming 32, and then 50, and then maybe even 100 if it grows pretty aggressively in the rest of the year and into 2026. Otherwise, hopefully this was helpful. Let me know what other stocks you guys are looking out to buy, what's on your watch list, what you think is gonna happen with SOFI in the near future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Let's make some money. Let's go.